Ooh, this ring light is making me blind. Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I had a friend ask me if I could give some advice for a first-time mom, and I thought that was a great idea. I've seen multiple videos of these and I am going to be talking about my experience with pregnancy, when I was going into labor and the hospital, a little bit of postpartum, and obviously living with a baby now. So a little background, I have a 6-month-old. He is sitting in his little bouncer on the side over here. I'm gonna start off with the beginning, I guess. So we're gonna talk about during my pregnancy. If you guys also see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I made like an entire list at like 1 in the morning one time because I couldn't sleep. Starting off with during your pregnancy, the first thing on my list says, let your body rest when it wants to. Take it easy. So I was a full-time worker. I did push myself a lot, especially in the beginning, because I was constantly like, well, I need to save up money. I need to work as much as I can before I don't, which is fine. But you know, you don't want to push yourself too much. Speak to your little one. You know, babies hear everything, and they do. They feel what you're feeling and everything. So that's why it's also really good to rest your body alongside with talking to your baby. Such a special moment too. A body pillow. I bought one and I did use it, but it was not comfortable for me, at least. Personally, I did not like it. I really want to get rid of it, and if I ever get pregnant again, I don't think I'm gonna use it. Realistically, if you just sleep with like a pillow in between your knees, you'll be fine. Or like under your stomach, that also helps a lot, is like if you like stick a pillow underneath your stomach in between your knees, and you're golden. Try to stay active during your pregnancy. I think it made... Hi, baby. I know, mommy talking. She's annoying. I know, I don't like her either. I feel like that really helped me with my labor process. Obviously, baby did come a lot earlier than expected, so that was probably another aspect of it, but I was kind of active. We went like swimming because I was pregnant during the summertime for a majority of my pregnancy. It was just towards the end I really fell apart, so I really got that flopped over. I did try to stay a little active, like as active as you can, with like a yoga ball. Also is really good for when you're in labor. It helps thing just kind of prepare itself. It's really good. I liked it a lot. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. I only am bringing this up because for me, obviously, again, as I said before, baby did come a 1.5 months early, and that's because something wasn't right. And I knew something wasn't right. I was not sleeping at all. I couldn't sleep because my skin was so itchy. And I did talk about this in the labor video. Made another one where I think I was doing my makeup and talking about what my experience was like, so you guys can go check that one out. So now moving on to the hospital, like during the hospital time, during labor and delivery, all of that. If you can get the epidural, I highly recommend it. It made things go so smoothly for me. I wasn't in pain at all. The only like downside is you just can't feel your legs. If you can, I highly recommend it. I had a fantastic time. Hospital bag. You can do whatever you want with your hospital bag. Personally, you don't need a lot. Depending on the hospital, and you can always check with the hospital that you will be delivering at, they provide a lot of diapers, pads and stuff for you after birth and stuff. You don't really need to pack all that much, but at some point, whenever I have my next child, I probably won't overpack. You really don't need all that much. Maybe a change of clothes. I ended up sleeping in the hospital gown. I didn't change after because, again, I couldn't feel my legs for like 3 hours after. I know everyone's like, oh, well, I don't want to sit in a bloody hospital gown or whatever, but you're tired afterwards, so it doesn't really matter. Pack some snacks. I did pack a couple snacks, and it's a good thing I did because we were in there for a while and I was hungry. Eventually they do tell you not to eat at a certain point. All right, so this one is for moms and dads or whoever is there to support you during this time. When you're at the hospital, they will ask you if you want to breastfeed or bottle feed or both. It's completely up to you. I personally am breastfeeding and bottle feeding. At the hospital, if you are breastfeeding, they obviously teach you how to. My one advice for that is don't give up. I almost did. It does take your body a little bit to produce that milk. It does make you feel terrible when your body's not producing the milk right away. I was very upset because my body wasn't producing yet. I think it took like a day or two for it to start coming in, and I think I started actually producing a lot of milk maybe like a week out. Like it does take some time, and for whoever is there to help you through everything, encourage them. Don't be like, maybe you should give up. They could see it's taking like a little bit of a toll on you, and they can be like, hey, maybe you should just bottle feed. It's gonna be the same. They're getting the milk regardless. But if you want to breastfeed, one, it saves you a little bit more money because you're not wasting the money on formula. Yeah, no, it's definitely saved us a little bit of money because formula is really, really expensive. So at the hospital, you could obviously have visitors. We didn't really have much visitors. It was kind of nice. So with that being said, enjoy the time with the little one, because honestly, at the hospital is like the one and only time that you really won't have anybody around, I guess. But again, like if you don't want to hug your baby, that's fine. This next one gets me. Oh my goodness. After you give birth, I think you're in the hospital for about like 2 days. Like as soon as you give birth, I guess it depends on the time. I gave birth pretty early in the morning, so I was not getting any phone calls, any text messages, nothing. But as soon as like office hours opened up, be ready for all the calls and emails and everything. They're gonna start asking you for your baby's insurance. They're gonna start asking you if you filled out the birth certificate yet. You have to start getting stuff ready for his social security. Okay, he's getting really mad. I'm gonna go switch him over really quick. I'll be right back. Where was I? The documents. Yeah, just be ready to fill out a bunch of paperwork, getting a bunch of phone calls, emails. If you don't answer, they will spam you a lot. Just a warning, but it can get really overwhelming, especially after you just given birth. Like it's insane. Moving on to going home / postpartum. So at the beginning, hopefully I was really lucky with it. Baby would sleep a lot. Like he wasn't a fussy baby. He still isn't really a fussy baby. It's just occasionally, I'm assuming it's because of the teething, he's been a little fussy. So I would advise first time parents to sleep when the baby's sleeping. It's like your best thing ever. And even if you're not tired, do something for yourself because it will be super, super helpful. Start getting into routines with baby. I would start as soon as you can. I started around like 3 or 4 months, like once I started going back to work, because I needed to get my schedule back. Baby's nighttime routine right now, around like 7, we will do a little bit of tummy time to just kind of tire him out a little bit. And then we'll give him a shower. And after his shower, obviously he'll get changed and everything. And then after that, we read him a story. And after I give him a little bit of milk and he's off to bed. But yeah, start setting routines. It'll help you a lot. Postpartum depression. Luckily, I never got it. At least I don't think. There are times where I'm just like kind of going through it. If you are going through it, I would definitely say seek help, either by talking to a friend, talking to another mom. Hand in hand with that, I would say let yourself feel the emotions. The only reason I say that is because I was really thinking about it. Like there are just days where I'm not okay compared to days when I am okay. And I personally think it's just because when I am upset or stressed or anything like that, I don't let myself feel it right away. And I think that really messes with my head. Your postpartum appointment, they do check and like press down on your stomach and it kind of hurts. And there's nothing much to that one. It's just an appointment, a checkup, making sure you're still okay. This is 100% my opinion, but I think it is amazing. Get yourself a bassinet. We got one because I really wanted one. I didn't want a crib because if I had a crib, I would have to get up even more. But with baby, we had a bassinet and it was so helpful because it was right next to the bed. If I had to get up to feed, boom, boom, back down. And I also wasn't worried about like him being a little further away from us. And unless you want to keep him in a different room and that works for you, that's great. Last thing with postpartum is hair loss. I've been losing a bunch of hair. It's not fun. I luckily already have a lot of hair, so losing some of it is like not a big deal to me, but I have noticed it, like so much comes out and it scares me. I don't really have advice for that, it's just a warning. So the last little bit of it is living with a baby. It's gonna be a pretty big change, obviously. It's gonna be like one of the best things in your life. Enjoy the time, it goes by so fast. I wish I had like a little more time. Read to baby. I would suggest reading to the baby together. It's a really nice family bonding time. Gio and I do that with our night routine with baby. We take a turn reading a page. It's really beautiful. Don't be afraid to look things up if you are concerned or don't know something. I look up a lot of things. Every month I would be like, what should a whatever month old be doing? I obviously don't know a lot. Again, I'm still a first time mom, still going through all the experiences, all the months. Setting boundaries. This is a really big one. Me and Gio were pretty lenient with that. There are some things that we will talk about, like, one thing I was really set on was not posting baby on any social media. Maybe a glimpse on YouTube every now and then, but I would never show his face until now. He's now 6 months. I was just waiting until he turned 6 months because he was just a little guy. He was so tiny. Okay, I have to go grab him. What did he hit though? All babies do things at their own speed. He is not rolling. He tries, but he's not rolling yet. No, you're not, huh, babies? I thought it was like a concern. I thought he should have been like rolling by now, but it takes time. Babies do things at their own speed. Let me know if you guys want like a part 2 to this. Maybe in like another 6 months when he turns a year, I'll have a little more to say. If anybody has any questions, I'd answer them, of course. Can you say Papa? Or sneeze on me, okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was really helpful. Congratulations to all the soon-to-be mommies or soon-to-be daddies. See you guys in the next one, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Can you say bye? Bye. Or sneeze on me again. Okay, let's go.